So Henry Goldrup, he really liked this place. Cool. So here's the Desert of Maine. Wow. Welcome to the Desert of Maine. Wow. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Maine. We are up here outside of Freeport, Maine, and we are at the Desert of Maine. So I don't have a whole lot of information on what this is all about. I just heard we need to come here. I saw some pictures, it looked cool, so we came. Didn't realize it's got a full putt-putt course and ice cream, and looks like it's got kids activities. It's got like a train ride. I don't know if you need to pay or anything either. I don't know. We'll just start walking around and seeing what we see. Looks like they even have a playground over here. And the desert should just be over here. Yeah, entrance. Or no, that's for the golf. Entrance must be that way. Looks like you need tickets. So let's go ahead and get tickets and make our way in, I guess. Okay, so we just got our tickets. It's 18 bucks a person. You get a discount on the putt-putt if you want to do the putt-putt also. So kind of makes it a little bit more of a deal, but they gave us a quick spiel on the history, and I think we're going to get some right here. So this was established as the Desert of Maine in 1926. They said the area was created during the last ice age. When the ice receded, it left kind of this sandy area here. And I think that she said the Tuttles, yeah, the Tuttles are the ones that were farming here. And originally, this was 150 acres of desert. It's not really a desert, but sand. And today it's closer to about 40 acres. So I think we're gonna do the mile-long hike around and just see everything. So the Tuttles, when they moved in, they put the farm in, and basically they got the animals out to pasture here, and when the goats and stuff ate all of the grass from the top, there's nothing but the sandy silt underneath. So they kept moving around and kept finding out that that's all that was here, was this sandy silt underneath this small layer of grass that the glacier had left. So they kind of just couldn't farm here anymore, and eventually this place was born. So here we are, the Desert of Maine. We've got some more information here. Let's see. So yeah, not really a glacier. Not really. Just, yeah.
It's not really a desert. It's
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to say not really a desert. It was the glacier. I was reading the words up here. I accidentally said that. So the desert has to do with the amount of rainfall. So they still get the same amount of rainfall. It's just the silt underneath that was exposed. But they did say it was 150 acres at one point, and now it's only 40 because it's starting to come back slowly. So after the Tuttle farm was abandoned in the 1890s, and before it became the Desert of Maine, it became known as the Sand Farm. So they kind of used it as a tourist attraction on their own. Wow, so the guy who bought the land to turn it into the Desert of Maine bought it for $400 in 1925 at the age of 28. Charged no admission the first season, but made money selling hot dogs, popcorn, ice cream. And then he leased the land to a friend after 25 years so he could and one of his friends was LL Bean. The one he hunted with was LL Bean. So for 25 years he just leased the land to somebody else to run, and then he came back to it. Wow. So Henry Goldrup, he really liked this place. Cool. So here's the Desert of Maine. Wow. Welcome to the Desert of Maine. Wow. It's crazy. Did you know you had a desert here in Maine? No. So we're going to start the walking path here, and it's got information here kind of along the way. It leads you, because I mean, it's hard to follow a path out in the desert, so they kind of just have all these little information desks that you can kind of get a little bit of information on as you go and follow the path. So what's this? Believe it or not, Ripley's Believe It or Not published a blurb about the Desert of Maine. Wow. Appeared in over 237 newspapers across the US and Canada, translated to 17 languages. Used to have live camels here. Cool. A camel named Tuna. Yeah. No camels anymore. They said almost, I think they said they stopped in 2019. No more camels. So not too long ago. So let's continue along the path. There's a few just like sites and things like that here along the way. Looks like we're kind of getting it to ourselves. I think it's, you know, it's after 4 o'clock.
Yeah, it's almost 5.
Almost 5. So it's almost 5. I don't know what time it closes exactly, but I think most people are kind of done for the day. So we're kind of getting it to ourselves, which is kind of nice.
There's ripples in the sand due to the wind.
Yeah. Explaining how the ripples get there. You can almost see all the footprints and some ripples right here. Wow. So it's the spring house entrance. I don't know if the spring house is the same house as that hermit or not. Wow, look at this.
I don't think so.
You would never guess that we're in Maine right now.
There's a natural spring.
There's a natural spring right down here?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, there's the house. So you can go down and see the spring.
So visitors would pay 5 cents to drink a cup of the spring water.
Oh. So it's supposed to be like Lucky or a Fountain of Youth or something?
No.
Not just spring water.
It's just spring water. Maybe that wasn't super heard of back then. I don't know. Look at all the mica reflection.
The what?
The
oh, just a little shiny
glitter.
Yeah, it is like really shiny. Does look like glitter.
I think it's mica.
Mica?
Yeah.
What's that? Like a rock?
Yeah.
Spring water's a miracle cure.
Maybe.
Oh, see, look, I told you. Wellness craze. Cure everything from rheumatism, tuberculosis, hay fever, asthma, paralysis, gout, the dropsy, and a number of other ailments.
As a nurse, I can tell you that's not possible.
What is the dropsy?
I don't know.
I've never heard of that. Let me know in the comments if you know what the dropsy is. Oh, I wonder if... So this, they're saying here...
Poland Spring Resort.
Yeah, Poland Spring Resort, not too far from here. And I wonder if what the relationship is between this spring and the Poland Springs.
No, it says it was still fashionable to travel to natural springs like the upscale Poland Springs.
Oh, where's that at? Is it in Poland?
Poland, Maine.
Maine.
Poland Spring, Maine.
Oh, okay. So that's not far.
So it doesn't have anything any relation. It's just saying like it's popular to go to springs like this.
So they kind of, well, the Poland Spring was popular, and then they found this one, and it's like, oh, look, there's another one here in Maine.
That's a little
Kinda,
less popular.
Yeah, piggybacked off of it maybe a little bit. Okay, I didn't know Poland Springs was here in Maine. Learning something new about Maine every day.
Had that house for 60 years before he knew.
Wow. So this was buried. So this house was down there buried for 60 years. And these kids found it?
I don't think it's those kids.
Because it says...
They look too modern.
Yeah, in 2020 though.
Oh.
It says it was found in... See the...
That doesn't make any sense.
Wait. But in the spring of 2020, 2 young Mythbusters dug down at least 7 feet and found no sign of all...
It got buried. In the decades that followed the spring house disappearance from view, so it got buried from all the sand. The winds piled on more and more sand, and countless visitors read about the buried structure. So it was here, and then it got buried by a bunch of sand, and then they refound it.
These kids looked for it, couldn't find it. But then in September of 2020, engineers came and found the spot. And they dug it back out. So that was buried for like 40 years. They knew it was there, but it was buried, and they didn't know where exactly it was, and they had to find it and dig it back up.
All the sand got buried over it.
Wow. Let's go down there and check out the spring real quick. So here's the spring. And you can get right up on it. Here, oh, you can hear the water running. So this only got dug up just a few years ago. There we go. And now they built this big steel walls to keep it protected. Well, here we go. Ooh. Like a dark hole. And we can see water down there. I don't know if I'd want to be drinking it though. No, I mean you can see it's wet in the hole, but that's about it. Cool. So let's go back up top and see what else we got here on the path. So it's hard to show you here from here, but like here's the desert area, and then right up here, this hill is all sand. So they say this is the biggest sand dune here. It's 65 foot tall. So this is the 65-foot sand dune, and then so we're coming around this way, and we're looping around, and we're gonna go there. So you can see here we have a pathway, stone pathway they've made through. That is for the train ride they have that cuts through. So if you're not up into walking, you can do that, but it only runs till 3 p.m. and we got here at 4, so it's not running. But what we do have here is they've built a fossil dig, a secret sandbox, and a gemstone village. So definitely a place that is aimed at the whole family. They got a lot of activities for kids. Like I said, we've got this gemstone village and all that stuff, and like the sandbox thing, but they also have the mini golf and a couple playgrounds, and so everybody here is going to have something to do and see, because let's face it, kids aren't going to be so excited about a bunch of sand, or at least not for very long. So let's check out the sandbox and the fossil dig area here real quick. Seems just to be exactly what you think, and it's just a giant sandbox here.
I'm safe. The kids can
Ooh, yeah.
fossils and
Yeah, so you got like a moose bone or something here.
Dinosaur bone.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to dig them up.
No, you don't dig them out.
No, just expose them. Expose them. Okay.
Look at
Got
this.
some shells and things like that. Oh, this is the gem?
Why is
Oh,
there a
whoa.
whale skeleton in the desert?
Oh, I got a big one here. And then over here,
Sifting sand.
sifting sand. That's kind of cool. And you can run it through over here too. Cool. So, lots of cool activities. You know, sift the sand. Pretty cool. They definitely made this into a cool tourist spot. Oh, let's continue on with our walking tour. This is an 1800s farmhouse. This is reconstruction, obviously. It looks pretty new. They've built that loosely modeled after the farmhouse that the Tuttles had here when they lived here, which is no longer here. I think they said the only thing that was left was a barn, but I don't know that we get to see the barn. So let's go ahead and check out the house. See what it looks like here. Oh wow, some of this looks old. Yeah, so this is a complete reproduction, but a lot of the wood that they did use, like these beams that I said that looked really old, are actually original. So they did use whatever was original to the house that they could, they used. And sometimes, you know, you have to piece part it together with new and old. So, pretty cool. So like all these floors are probably original. And they spliced this together here. You can see. Those are awesome. You still get a little bit of the old here like this, but enough new to keep it all together so everybody can enjoy and see what it would have been like. It's actually quite big. Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna head out of here and start back to the end, I believe. can see over here we got some stacks of wood, and that's the leftover pieces of the original barn, which they're going to reconstruct, I guess, like the other one, like the house, but they're putting it right here. It says it's going to be under construction for 2023, so maybe by the time you see this it might be close to being done, but it doesn't look like it's going to be done anytime soon. That's where they're putting it. So that's it, and that's it for us here at the Desert of Maine. So really cool, family friendly destination. It's only about 30 minutes north of Portland area, so if you're in the Portland area, really nice spot to spend an afternoon with family or whatever. Freeport also is home to LL Bean, so if you want to go to LL Bean store, which we just stopped at, very cool place, you can do that as well. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button now, comment, tell us what you thought. If you have any questions, anything like that, any information I need to know that I wasn't able to share with you, let me know in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Until then, we'll see you in the next one.